Hello everybody and welcome to In My Mug episode 325 on the 2nd of February 2015. I am your host Stephen Layton. Today I'm joined by one of the workers here at Karugiro. How do I pronounce it first of all? How do I pronounce the factory's name?
Alright, this factory is Karugiro.
Karugiro, you see, because I always get it wrong. I always pronounce names wrong, so Karugiro.
Yeah.
And what is your name?
My name is James Gibbons.
Okay, and what do you do here? What's your job here?
I do the work of recording all the coffee.
Okay, so you do all the writing and all the record keeping.
Yeah.
So you're a good man to ask about how much coffee comes into the factory normally. On a normal year, how much coffee would come?
Alright, the current year I have 200,167.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's for this year?
Yeah.
And how does that compare to previous years?
There is a drop of 50%.
50% drop?
Yeah.
And why has that been? What's happened?
Now it is just because of the climatic changes. Yeah.
So global warming, different rains, different temperatures, things like that?
And also maybe the health of the plants, because sometimes when there is a very high season of bearing, then it is followed by another projection that is a fall.
Oh, wow, okay. Yeah. So tell me about the members here. How many members do you have in the society as a whole, and how many deliver to this factory?
Yes, this factory has a population of 906 members.
And are they all active members? They're
Not all of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the cooperative as a whole, how many members does that have?
The whole cooperative has about 6,000 members.
6,000.
Yeah.
That's a big cooperative, isn't it?
Yeah.
And how much coffee would a normal person bring? How much would they have a lot of coffee? Would they have small amounts of coffee? The members?
Yeah, there is a range. Maybe the highest is 8,000 the current year.
Yeah.
And also maybe the lowest could be around 20 kgs.
Oh wow! Okay, so big differences.
Yeah.
And what varietals are they in this area? Is it all SL28 or is there SL24 and Ryu 11? What kind of varieties of coffee are there? Do you know?
Varieties.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. For the varieties, we don't have many, but we have the SL28.
Yes.
And also the Loiro 11.
Yep.
And also the most recent to be introduced in the farms is the Batian.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And where do you sell your coffee to? Do you sell it all to the auction? Do you sell some to private buyers? How does that work here?
Now, according to the current system, the coffee farmers usually select their miller, that is their secondary processor, and after that, he still becomes the market.
Okay.
For the coffee. Yeah.
Right. And they would decide where it went from there. The marketer would. So the marketer might sell it to the coffee auction, or they may sell it to a buyer. Is that right?
After that, it's the marketer who usually looks at how the market is. Sometimes he may decide to sell the coffee through the direct processes, that is through direct, or maybe to the lobby action. Yeah.
Listen, I think this is definitely the most informative In My Mug that we've done on Kenya ever. You were amazing. Thank you very, very much.
Okay.
We're now going to go to the map bit. So here we are in another amazing map bit. There's me waving, but I'm not there. I'm in a different country. I'm in Kenya. But let's go up and away. And instead of going to the left, let's go south to Africa, where it all began, apparently. I'm sure there's a song about that. I saw the rain in Africa. We need to focus down and get into Kenya. So if we zoom down to the east of Africa, we can see Ethiopia just above and then Kenya. So Ethiopia being the birthplace of coffee, I'm sure Kenya mustn't be too far behind. And also, after coffee, tourism is the biggest generator of income for Kenya. So I actually think tourism might have taken over now, though. It was always been very, very close, and tourism's a big thing in Kenya for sure, with all of the safaris and things. Hurt a lot by the bombings in 2012 of the shopping mall and the terrorist activity that's going on. Only just recovering. So added knowledge. But here we can see Karugiro, which we're going to be looking at. But to the left, you can see Athaya, which is the natural coffees that we've been having from there, and we've done on In My Mug in the past. So the lowest point is the Indian Ocean, which is at sea level. And the highest point is Mount Kenya, which is 5,199 metres above sea level. And there you can see the topography of the country. And Mount Kenya is the big dot to the kind of just to the middle of the picture there. But let's get down to Karugiro, which is what we're looking at. So here we have a pretty amazing Google Earth. Where that dot is the gates of the farm. The farm offices are just to the left, and you obviously see all the drying patios. In the bottom right of your corner, that's the mill. So that's where the cherries get delivered and get processed and then come down to the drying tables. Here we go. You can see this is looking up. The top picture is looking up to the collection point for the cherries, and the bottom picture is just in front of the gate. And there's Mount Kenya. Look, you can see it there to the right, the highest point. So you can tell how high we are just already. And you can see in relation where it is to everything else. So that was, I think, the little bit more detailed map bit. So now I'm going to go, because I haven't got any way of making the drinks here. I'm going to go and make the drinks somewhere else. Maybe at the hotel, maybe back at Has Been, I don't know. And then I'll be back with you in just a moment. Okay, so we're back in Blighty. Oh, wasn't it good? I love that map bit, and I love that. I really enjoyed recording that with the farm accountant. So let's dive into the espresso. I need to tell you something. I don't like espresso Kenyas. I wish I'd done this in the hotel now without the espresso machine. Super citrus hit, way too unbalanced for me, way too much acidity. Maybe the milk will make it better. And it does actually. The milk kind of smooths the edges off a bit more. It's still a little bit too acidic for me, a little bit too much, but it's kind of good. One more. I don't know why Roland is giving them Wales mug. So Roland made the brewed and Chris made the espresso and the cappuccino, and is there some link with Wales and Kenya? No. Now this is where it sings. This is where it's delicious. It's got a really clean acidity. It's very bright, very zesty. You get a beautiful kind of like lemon lime going on, but it's weird because it's like a fizzy lemon lime. It's like effervescent. It's citrus overload on the mouth, and just great. It lacks a little bit of body, so if you like a little bit of oomph, a little bit of like that natural-esque stuff going on there, it doesn't have any of that. What it does have is a super clean finish. That for me is where Kenyas really work. Give them a brewed and they're just amazing. It's really good. It's really good. Lovely to meet everybody at that farm. Thank you very much to everybody who hosted me there. They were kind, and I said that I will send them the link to this video so they can kind of see it. Next week we've got another Kenyan. I don't normally tell you about next week's, but because I've already recorded it, it's kind of, I may as well. But next week's another Kenyan, but something completely different to this. So hopefully something that you will enjoy on there as well, and a great interview with the society chairman and the farm manager. So do tune in next week. It's all exciting. Farm. I'm away for a few weeks because I'm actually in Central America. So while these ones are going, it's kind of nice that they're pre-recorded because I'm going to be away. But hopefully we can do something in Central America too. So, okay, I'm done. Time to stop waffling. Thank you for joining me as always. And do remember, life is definitely too short for bad coffee.